Good evening. On behalf of the leadership team of the Community Players of New Hamburg, I would like to welcome you to TCP's Theatre Revue, a night of musical memories. Tonight's premiere event will present directly to your living room some of our favorite musical performances from past and present. Tonight, we welcome back alumni whose aim is to bring warmth to your home through musical entertainment. Tonight marks a special night for TCP. Before the COVID-19 pandemic stopped life's routines as we knew them, TCP's reality would have been the excitement that the opening night of a show brings to both our company of volunteers and patrons. That's right. Tonight, the curtain would have risen for TCP's spring musical production of Disney's Beauty and the Beast. I have personally been involved with the Community Players of New Hamburg for 22 years. I debuted on the TCP stage as a Lollipop Guild boy in The Wizard of Oz when shows were held in the small New Hamburg Community Center. A year later, our theater company moved to the New Hamburg Arena floor, where we have remained. That year, I played the role of Winthrop in Music Man and shared the stage with my mom for the first time. Since then, I have been on stage, backstage, and now have the pleasure of serving as TCP's president. As I mentioned just before, tonight would have marked the curtain rising on Beauty and the Beast. As I reflect on what that would mean, I can't help but think of two sides of the proverbial curtain. In the front, patrons fill a house, excited to say goodbye for now and enter a story that is living and breathing right in front of them. The back at TCP involves about 150 volunteers who have committed thousands of volunteer hours to bring that 2 to 3 hour story to life. It also includes business partnerships that commit financial support, even when they too are experiencing difficult times. The undertaking and support required to raise a theater's curtain cannot be explained, only experienced. In lieu of that experience tonight, and recognizing that TCP Family has an incredible amount to be thankful for, even in these unprecedented times, we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy tonight's curation. Here to present tonight's first musical performance is a lifelong friend I met at TCP. She truly embodies the heart and soul of the TCP family that we so often talk about at our community theater. Take us away, Kalina Seifried.
Hi, I'm Kalina Seifried, and I started with TCP in 2002, Fiddler on the Roof. Between 2002 and 2018, I filled a few different roles with TCP. I was a cast member, a stage manager, a member of the leadership team, and for many of those years, I was a production manager. A favorite memory in those 16 years, kind of impossible to pick just one, but because of the time of year it is, I've been thinking a lot about the arena transformation, the taking of a bare arena floor and transforming it into a first-class theater. We would be putting in all the work, but also just kind of giving ourselves over to the process, and it always felt a little bit like magic. I would be watching alumni teaching the new people how to put up the stage, hang pipe and drape, put the risers together, carry stuff on and off the trailer, and I would think, magic. Then I see those new people fall in love with the process, and they're the ones teaching people the following year. Also magic. I think about the volunteerism and how many people share their time and talents year after year. How can that not be magic? It was tiring, it was invigorating, it was deeply gratifying, and I remain extremely thankful for all of those moments. In 2011, TCP did one of my favorite musicals, Aida. I took an opportunity that year to perform on stage, and it was a special moment in time for me. Here to perform for you now are TCP's Radames and Aida, Lance Green, and Joni Nehrita.
We all lead such elaborate lives, wild ambitions ambitions in our sights. How unfair of the heart survives days apart and hurried nights. Seems quite unbelievable to me. I don't want to live like that. Seems quite unbelievable to me. I don't want to love like that. I just want our time to be slower and gentler, wiser, free. We all live in extravagant times. We're playing games. We can't all win. Unintended emotional crimes. Take some out, take others in. I'm so tired of all we're going through. I don't want to live like that. I'm so tired of all we're going through. I don't want to love like that. I just want to be with you now and forever. Peaceful, true. This may not be the moment to tell you face to face, but I could wait forever for the perfect time and place. We all lead such elaborate lives. We don't know whose words are true. Strangers, lovers, husbands, wives. Hard to know who's loving who.
Too many choices tear us apart. I don't want to live like that.
Too many choices tear us apart. I don't want to love like that. I just want to touch your heart. May this confession be the start.
In 2005, TCP proved that there truly is no business like show business, with the staging of the rip-roaring, gun-toting, high-action-packed adventure Annie Get Your Gun. This show was a couple firsts for TCP. Number one, it was the first time we shot a live gun on stage, albeit a gun full of streamers. And it was also the first year that those of us still remaining at the end of Teardown got to sign the trailer door, a tradition that still lives on to this very day. It was also the year that one cast member was added to the show on the day of the Q to Q. I'm not going to go into the gory details of how it all went down, but you can only imagine me sweating it out through 4 different dance numbers trying to learn the steps and get ready for opening night. It was quite a wild ride. And now, here to perform Frank Butler's tragic lament, My Defenses Are Down, the consummate ladies' man, Dale Brubacher-Cressman.
I've had my way with so many girls, and it was lots of fun. My system was to know many girls to keep me safe from one. I find it can't be done. My defenses are down. She's broken my resistance, and I don't know where I am. I went into the fight like a lion, but I came out like a lamb. My defenses are down. She's got me where she wants me, and I can't escape no how. I could speak to my heart when it weakened, but my heart won't listen now. Like a toothless, clawless tiger, like an organ grinder's bear, like a knight without his armor, like Samson without his hair. My defenses are down. I might as well surrender, for the battle can't be won. But I must confess that I like it, so there's nothing to be done. Yes, I must confess that I like it, being miserable is gonna be fun. My defenses are down. I went into the fight like a lion, but I came out like a lamb. My defenses are down. I might as well surrender, for the battle can't be won. But I must confess that I like it, so there's nothing to be done. Yes, I must confess that I like it, being miserable is gonna be fun. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Abigail Bergel, and I played Bet in TCP's production of Oliver back in 2018. Oliver wasn't always the easiest or the prettiest story to tell. There are some really heavy and dark moments in the show, and that was a dynamic that our cast definitely had to learn to navigate as we were telling this story. But alongside that, I also got to watch the cast come together and rise to the challenge and support each other, empower each other, encourage each other, so that we could tell the story with as much honesty and strength every time we performed it. That was inspiring for me. I learned so much from that process, and I have so many memories that I absolutely treasure from Oliver. In the next clip, please enjoy As Long As He Needs Me from Oliver, sung by my dear friend Lynn Scott.
As long as he needs me, oh yes, he does need me. In spite of what you see, I'm sure that he needs me. Who else would love him still when they've been used so well? He knows I always will, as long as he needs me. I miss him so much when he's gone, but when he's near me, I don't let on. The way I feel inside, the love I have to hide, the hell I've got, my pride, as long as he the things he should. He acts the way he thinks he should. But all the same I'll play his game, his way, as long as he needs me. I know where I must be. I'll cling on steadfastly, as long as he needs me, as long as life is long. I'll love him, right or wrong, and somehow I'll be strong, as long as he needs me. If you are lonely, then you will know when someone needs you, you love them so. I won't betray his trust. How people say I must. I've got to stay true, just as long as he needs me.
Hi, I'm Sarah Martin, and 20 years ago, I did my very first show with TCP, where I played Marion the Librarian in The Music Man. Ironically, the day after we tore down, I started my master's in library science, and I'm now a high school librarian. One of my other favorite roles that I played was the narrator in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. And I still remember the feeling I had every night when I opened the show. I would sit there in the dark on a stool by myself. The lights would come up and I would take a deep breath. Some folks dream of the wonders they'll do before their time on this planet is through. And with just those few notes, I could already feel the connection with the audience. It was absolutely magical. One of the other joys of being in that show was that I met my very dear friend Chad, who played Joseph in that show. And here he is, Chad Spaulding.
I closed my eyes, drew back the curtain to see for certain what I thought I knew. Far, far away, someone was weeping, but the world was sleeping. Any dream will do. I wore my coat with golden lining, bright colors shining, wonderful and new. And in the east, the dawn was breaking, and the world was waking. Any dream will do. A crash of drums, a flash of light, my golden coat flew out of sight. The colors faded into darkness, I was left alone. May I return to the beginning. The light is dimming, and the dream is too. The world and I, we are still waiting, still hesitating. Any dream will do. Any dream will do. Any dream will do. Any dream will do. Any dream will do.
Hi everybody, my name is Joseph Rainey. In the year 2012, The Music Man hit the stage at TCP, and I was able to don the planks as Professor Harold Hill and take on my first starring role. And it was a wonderful experience I don't soon forget. And what made it so great was the family that TCP is, all the way from the directors right through to everybody helping and volunteering. The family atmosphere that TCP pulls together and helps everybody succeed to put on an exceptional show is what makes the experience so wonderful. And I'm just thankful that I got to be a part of that experience. Listen to a song from Arinka Wood. She's going to be singing Goodnight, My Someone. Enjoy.
Good night, my someone. Good night, my love. Sleep tight, my someone. Sleep tight, my love. Our star is shining its brightest light. For good night, my love. For good night. Sweet dreams be yours, dear, if dreams there be. Sweet dreams to carry you close to me. I wish they may, and I wish they might. Good night, my someone. Good night. True love can be whispered from heart to heart. When lovers are parted, they say. But I must depend on a wish and a star, as long as my heart doesn't know who you are. Sweet dreams be yours, dear, if dreams there be. Sweet dreams to carry you close to me. I wish they may, and I wish they might. Good night, my someone. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Good evening. My name is Todd Kraus. I'm a member of the TCP leadership team and a member of TCP since my first show, Joseph, back in 1996. In those days, we performed our annual musical on the community center stage. In 2000, we moved our production to the arena floor with all the lights, sound, and magic that you see there today. In 2013, we started the studio theater back in the community center with TCP's first dramatic play, 12 Angry Men, which I had the opportunity to act in. Since then, the studio theater has been home to multiple dramatic and comedic productions. In the spring of 2016, our arena was undergoing renovations and we put on our first musical in the studio theater of Nonsense. Our next performer I had the opportunity to work with as she directed our most recent studio theater production of Calendar Girls. Here to sing Growing Up Catholic from Nonsense, Sarah Scott.
You know, who I am as a person today is all because of Sister Rose Francis. I mean, she was the only person who made me feel like I was worth something, you know? And one day I'm gonna be just like her. Man, I miss St. Clair's. I mean, things are really different now and it was a long time ago, but at St. Clair's School, religion class began with Mass each day. It was said in Latin then, that's how I learned to pray. The nuns appeared in black and white, and so did every rule. Things were either wrong or right at St. Clair's Catholic School. Hosanna, Hosanna in excelsis, excelsis. But then the rules began to change. Many lost their way. make us more aware. Confusion seems to reign supreme. My God, it's everywhere. The church is quite progressive now, though people ridicule the fact that so many things are optional. It's hard to find a rule, but through it all I've often said those ancient Latin prayers that I first learned when growing up Catholic at St. Clair's. Hosanna in excelsis, in excelsis, in excelsis, in excelsis.
Hi, I'm Mike Vanderdew, and I landed the role of Tata in Ragtime back in 2014. What made this role both terrifying and exciting was the circumstances of landing the role 6 weeks before showtime. Let me tell you, if you ever want to find out what an organization, what kind of stuff they're made out of, this is the way to go. Leadership was just incredibly supportive and encouraging, and the cast incredibly equally the same. And I made a lot of great friends through this process. Two of the top encouragers were the two people that I worked with most closely, and that was the Enns girls, Adrian and Allison. And Adrian, I'll never forget the fearful look in her eyes when it was announced that I was taking on the role. But by the time the first rehearsal was half over, we had been sitting up against the wall, and she had snuggled into me and said, "I feel comfortable with you now." That just melted my heart, and it made it so much easier and just natural for me to play her father from there on. Allison, her technical musical ability far exceeds mine, and she was wonderfully patient as we worked through our duets and guided me through that process. And now you get to hear Allison Enns and see the kind of stuff she's made out of as she sings back to before.
There was a time our happiness seemed never ending. I was so sure that where we were heading was right. Life was a road so certain and straight and unbending. Our little road with never a crossroad in sight. Back in the days when we spoke in civilized voices, women in white and sturdy young men at the oar. Back in the days when I let you make all my choices. We can never go back to before. There was a time my feet were so solidly planted. You'd sail away while I turned my back to the sea. I was content, a princess asleep and enchanted. If I had dreams, then I let you dream them for me. Back in the days when everything seemed so much clearer, women in white who knew what their lives held in store. Where are they now, those women who stand from the mirror? sorrow, unafraid of tomorrow, unafraid to be weak, unafraid to be strong. There was a time when you were the person in motion. I was your wife, it never occurred to want more. You were my sky, my moon and my stars and my ocean. We can never go back to before. We can never go back to
Hello TCP, my name is Sebastian Mateus and I played Clopin in last year's production of The Hunchback of Notre Dame. The Hunchback of Notre Dame has been one of my favorite productions to work on, both on stage and at rehearsals. I still remember the Sitzprobe, which is the first time that all of the musicians and the entire cast come together for a music rehearsal. And that's really when you get to hear the score come to life and you get to hear what the audience is going to hear. And it's just such a surreal experience. Hunchback of Notre Dame has an amazing score, and so I hope you enjoy the following two numbers that we're about to show you. The first one is Someday, and it will be sung by Sonia Tickner-Malton and Brennan Stayhauer as Esmeralda and Captain Phoebus. And the second one will be Out There, sung by Aaron Balzer as Quasimodo. Enjoy.
I used to believe in the days I was naive that I'd live to see a day of justice dawn. And though I will die long before that morning comes, I'll die while believing still it will come when I am gone. Someday, when we are wiser, when the world's older, when we have learned, I pray someday we may yet live to live and let live. Someday life will be fairer.
Life will be fairer.
Need will be rarer.
Need will be rarer.
Greed will not
Greed will not
pay.
pay.
Godspeed, this bright millennium,
This bright millennium,
on its way.
let it come someday. When the world's older, when things have changed,
Someday, these dreams will all be real. Till then, we'll wish upon the moon. Change will come
one day,
someday.
soon.
Safe behind these windows and these parapets of stone, gazing at the people down below me. All my life I watch them as I hide up here alone, hungry for the history they show me. All my life I memorize their faces, knowing them as they will never know me. All my life I wonder how it feels to pass a day not above them, but part of them. And out there, living in the sun, give me one day out there. All I ask is one to hold forever out there, where they all live unaware. What I give, what I dare, just to live one day out there. And the weavers and their wives, through the roofs and gables I can see them. Every day they shout and scold and go about their lives, heedless of the gift it is to be them. If I were in their skin, I'd treasure every instant out there, strolling by the Seine, taste a morning like ordinary men who freely walk about there just one day, and then I swear I'll be content with my share. Won't resent, won't despair, old and bent, I won't care. I'll have spent one day out
Hi, I'm Wendy Wagler, and Golda was one of my most favorite characters to portray with TCP, and I had the privilege of bringing her to the stage twice through the history of TCP. The first time we did Fiddler on the Roof was upstairs in the New Hamburg Community Center in the very small stage with a very big bed whirling around, so that was fun. And the second time I was Golda, we were down on the arena floor, which, although it was a different staging, it still portrayed the same story. And I love that story because it allows us to bring some history to life. And it's a kind of history that we can still relate to. We still see that happening today. Golda didn't have a whole lot of fun lines in the show, but she was a character that I could really relate to. And Wendy still had fun with that show and with that character, because it was the relationship between Golda and Tevye, and the relationship with Golda and her children and the rest of the village that was the most fun. Of course, the most poignant was always at the end of the show when we were leaving and being dispersed again to other areas. And that story was just so poignant and so wonderful to portray. And here, for our enjoyment, is the man who brought Tevye to life for TCP 3 times, Kirk Lackenbauer.
So what would have been so terrible if I would have had just a small fortune? If I were a rich man, diddle deedle diddle digga digga deedle diddle dum. All day long I'd pity pity bum. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. Diddle deedle diddle digga digga deedle diddle dum. If I were a bitty bitty rich digga digga deedle diddle man, I'd build a big tall house with the rooms by the dozen right in the middle of the town. A fine tin roof with real wooden floors below. there would be one long staircase just going up, and one even longer going down, and one more leading nowhere just for show. I'd fill my yard with chicks and turkeys and geese and ducks for the town to see and hear, squawking just as noisily as they can. And each loud quack and cluck and gobble and honk will land like a trumpet on the ear, as if to say he lives a wealthy man. If I were a rich man, diddle deedle diddle digger digger deedle diddle dum, all day long I'd biddy biddy bum. If I were a wealthy man, wouldn't have to work hard, diddle deedle diddle digger digger deedle diddle dum. If I were a bitty bitty rich digger digger deedle diddle man, I'd see my wife, my gold, looking like a rich man's wife with a proper double chin, supervising meals to her heart's delight. I see her putting on airs and strutting like a peacock. Oh, what a happy mood she's in, screaming at the servants day and night. The most important men in town will come to fawn on me. They will ask me to advise them, like Solomon the Wise. If you please, Reptevia, pardon me, Reptevia, posing problems that would cross a rabbi's eyes. Na 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 na. Make one bit of difference if you answer right or wrong. When you're rich, they think you really know. If I were rich, I'd have the time that I lack to sit in the synagogue and pray, and maybe have a seat by the Eastern Wall. And I discuss the holy books with the learned men 7 hours every day. That would be the sweetest thing of all. If I were a rich man, diddle deedle diddle digger digger deedle diddle dum, all day long I'd bitty bitty bum. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard, diddle deedle diddle digger digger deedle diddle dum. Lord, who made the lion and the lamb, you decreed I should be what I am. Would it spoil some vast eternal plan if I were a wealthy man?
Hello from London. I'm Brent Roth, the former artistic director of the Community Players, and I look back so fondly on our production of Cats for a number of reasons, not the least of which it was a tech challenge, and it was an artistic challenge, and it was a costume challenge, and it was a whole lot of challenges. But what I didn't expect, and what I am most proud of, is how much joy it brought to everyone who was involved in the production. And it's something they continue to say to this day, actually, how much fun they had in that production, and how glad they were to be a part of it. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Danielle Gostini-Kraus, who is going to sing the title song from Cats, Memory.
She is smiling in the lamplight. The withering leaves collect at my feet, and the day has begun.
Oh, right. Hi, I'm Dave Gingrich. I was with TCP for a number of years at the turn of the new millennium. I loved my entire experience with TCP. In fact, it was the springboard into my career in acting, which I pursued for a solid 14 years. I would like to thank everyone at TCP for everything that they do and ask that the community keep supporting this group as long as they possibly can. And now, I'm going to turn it over to my good buddy who played Curly in Oklahoma, Rob Grundy. Remember the Windmill.
There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. The corn is as high as an elephant's eye, and it looks like it's climbing clear up to the sky. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. All the cattle are standing like statues. All the cattle are standing like statues. They don't turn their heads as they see me ride by. And a little brown maverick is winking her eye. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. All the sounds of the earth are like music. All the sounds of the earth are like music. The breeze is so busy it don't miss a tree. And an old weeping willow is laughing at me. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. Oh, what a beautiful day.
Hi, I'm Karen Pryor-Cashin. I was honored to direct and choreograph The Wizard of Oz in 2009 for the Community Players. It's kind of funny because in 1999, The Wizard of Oz was the first show I worked on with the Community Players. For 2009 production, the auditions were really tough because there were so many talented people who wanted to be part of this classic musical. Our production was full of bright, beautiful colors and fun animated characters that sung us down the yellow brick road. Michelle DiTomaso was our sinister Wicked Witch, and she amazed audiences. The show was also blessed with our Dorothy singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow with grace and ease. Please welcome Joanna Gustini singing this iconic song.
When all the world is a hopeless jumble and the raindrops tumble all around, heaven winds a magic lay. When all the clouds darken up the skyway, there's a rainbow highway to be found, leading from your window pane to a place behind the sun, just a step beyond the rain. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I've heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I?
Hi, I'm Kayleen Ticknor-Malton.
I'm Sonia Ticknor-Malton.
And we are longtime alumni of TCP. And this year we got to go to the creative team as directors of Beauty and the Beast.
It's really incredible to see a community theater be so willing to take risks and try something new, especially with beloved tales, and Beauty and the Beast is definitely no exception. Having a creative team and cast who were so trusting and so willing to go there and give it their all, and of course bring such incredible talent, just had the makings for such an awesome show. It's going to be wonderful.
An example of that amazing talent is our wonderful Belle, Heather, and she will be singing a song for you now called Home from Beauty and the Beast.
Enjoy.
Yes, I made the choice. For Papa I will stay. But I don't deserve to lose my freedom in this way. You monster. If you think that what you've done is right, well then, you're a fool. Think again. Is there
Once upon a time,
in a faraway land,
a young prince lived in a shining castle.
Although he had everything his heart desired,
the prince was spoiled,
selfish, and unkind.
But then, one winter's night,
an old beggar woman came to the castle
and offered him a single rose
in return for shelter from the bitter cold.
Repulsed by her haggard appearance,
the prince sneered at the gift
and turned the old woman away.
But she warned him
not to be deceived by appearances.
For beauty is found within.
And when he dismissed her again,
the old woman's ugliness
melted away to reveal
a beautiful enchantress.
The prince tried to apologize,
but it was too late.
For she had seen,
and there was no love in his heart.
And, as punishment,
she transformed him
into a hideous beast
and placed a powerful spell on the castle.
And all who lived there,
ashamed of his monstrous form,
the beast concealed himself
inside his castle
with a magic mirror
as his only window
to the outside world.
The rose she had offered
was truly an enchanted rose,
which would bloom
for many years.
If he could learn to love another
and earn her love in return,
by the time the last petal fell,
then the spell would be broken.
If not, he would be doomed
to remain a beast for all time.
As the years passed,
he fell into despair
and lost all hope.
For who could ever learn to love a beast?
Hi everyone. My name is Danielle Agostini-Kraus and I'm the Artistic Director for the Community Players of New Hamburg. It has been 18 years since I did my first production on stage with Community Players. 18 years of wonderful friendships, 18 years of exciting challenges, and 18 years of beautiful productions and performances. It is truly a strange and surreal time as we spend our opening night a very different way this year. We are all missing our TCP family and theater in general as it enriches our daily lives in a way that nothing else can. It was so much fun over the past week connecting with alumni and present performers to gain their assistance in putting together this virtual cabaret. Thank you to each and every one of you for the joy you have brought to us tonight, for sharing your memories or embodying your characters from the past. I would like to thank Karen Rempel for her beautiful piano accompaniment, Matt Teeter for his mad editing skills, Chris Steingart for weaving all this together, and for Aaron Fewkes, our fearless leader. At TCP, we are surrounded by generous and skilled individuals that continue to astound me. To our TCP family and loyal audiences, stay safe, stay healthy, and I can't wait to see you all again soon. Cheers.